This is amazing. I can't believe something like this was so close.
And look at the spirit idol! That's so cool! Even if it's not lit up, it's still beautiful.
Milas said it went dark when the seer was born. I can't believe all that energy is inside of you.
Hey! Race you to the idol, Valessa!
Hey! That's not fair! I can't believe we've lost our connection with the spirits. There must be some way to get it back, right?
Are you sure we lost it, though? It's still here, just inside of the seer.
I'm pretty sure it's not that simple. This idol has roots that reach all across Valenorth. As far as I know, the seer doesn't have any roots.
Well, maybe there's a way to put the energy back. You know, after we've taken down the triumvirate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe this is only temporary, and they'll come back. The seers won't need the power after we've won, right?
What? No fair! How did you beat me?
Even with a head start, you're no match for me. Time to throw in the towel. Stick to climbing trees.
Oh? So you want to have a climbing race?
I'll pass, thanks.
Wait, why?
A smart person doesn't pick a battle they know they'll lose. I'm surprised you challenged me, Fortum. You know how fast I am.
Are you calling me stupid?
No, I'd never do that. Anyway, isn't the spirit idol beautiful?
That's putting it lightly. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. When it's lit up, it must be incredible.
Yeah, I'd pay almost any price to see that. But don't worry, Fortum. I'm sure there's something we can do. If we all work together, we can make that idol shine again.
I always knew that Milas had people guard Solberg, but I thought it was to keep the spirit idol safe. Now we know, it's so they don't find out it's dark.
So we weren't the first ones that he told then? The guards must have known if they stood watch all day. I can't even think of anyone Milas trusts that much.
Well, we can't hide this from the people forever. If we resettle Valenorth, they'll need to know.
Well, looks like we're finally here. It wasn't that bad, was it?
Not as bad as I thought it'd be.
My legs are a little sore, but I'll manage. I know we're far from home, but this still feels like Valinor. I guess
Just wait until you see the outlook, Valessa.
The outlook?
You can almost see the entirety of Alestia. As soon as there's no trees in the way, you'll be amazed. It's easy to forget we're on top of the highest mountains.
So, we're not surrounded by trees the entire way to Mazeo?
Absolutely not. Even aside from the deforesting, trees are scarce. It makes for a beautiful view. I'm sure you'll love it.
right. I guess you're in your own schedule now. You only had to bring us to Peregrino.
I'm not about to ditch you, though. Now head inside. Feel free to follow along. It won't be too hard to find Pro. Trust me.
Well, I guess this is it. As soon as we meet with Pro, we're off to Mazeo.
Wait, did you say pro?
What? Who's there?
Well, what do you know? It's you. Kind of makes my job a whole lot easier.
Wait, you know us?
Just the seer.
Then you must be.
Ulrich! From the vision!
Excuse me?
Yeah, you were in the vision that the seer had last night.
Huh. Haven't even met, and I'm already in your dreams. That has to be some kind of new personal record.
He said you died, Ulrich. Something about a man named Sovi?
You sure are good at first impressions, little one.
I'm not little!
Is he telling the truth, seer? How exciting. You'll have to tell me more once we grab Pro. After that, we're going to evacuate Valinor.
Actually, Miles is taking care of that. The village is gathering for a celebration tonight. The perfect time to group up and escape, right?
Really? I'm starting to wonder why I'm even here. Either way, Pro and I will take you to Dominic. I'm glad to hear this vision of yours won't come to pass. Shall we get things started? Unless you want to talk more, I'm up for that too.
Whenever you're ready, Seer. Seems like we have a lot ahead of us.
Why did the Honor Guard do all of this? They single-handedly sheltered and armed our forces.
Damek, sir. Everything is going according to plan. Our forces have started to relocate.
Ha! Perfect timing, Vance. I just received the deed from Grizz. It took some convincing, but I did it.
Wait, you didn't already have the deed? Why were we moving everybody down here?
Oops, you didn't hear anything, all right. Besides, I knew I could win him over. This was just a bit of a head start. And cut the formalities, call me Dormek. We've been through enough. This isn't about rank. I think of us all as a family, not an army.
Of course, Damek. I'm amazed at our new HQ, to be honest. How did you secure all of this stuff?
It wasn't me, Vance. The Honor Guard was planning a long stay. They're responsible for everything you see.
You mean those things? Why would they build stuff they have no use for? They can't really fight, and they have no need for sleep.
They must have known someone would use it. Either way, the Triumvirate doesn't know about this. Their own Honor Guard is defying orders, it would seem.
So there's discord among them? Never thought we'd live to see that.
Yeah, but it also proves the Triumvirate isn't all-knowing. There's no way they'd let this happen if they were. They're just like us. We can take them down. That is, if we're strong enough.
It's a spar you want?
Just need to make sure you haven't gotten sloppy. As soon as the Triumvirate finds out, a fight is coming.
Don't worry, Damek. I'm ready.
Absolutely not! There's no way! Take that letter back to Damek in pieces. I'm not giving up my beloved Peregrino, Pro.
Aaron, you don't want to test me. This is for the good of Alestia. Don't be selfish. He wouldn't act outside of our best interests. If you don't agree, he'll cut your funding. You wouldn't be able to keep up. You'd go out of business. This isn't exactly the best place for a watering hole, you know?
I'll make do. I have to. This place is my home.
We're not asking you to move. You just have to let Damek do what he wants.
You mean turn this place into a barracks? It's been serving the rebellion just fine as it is. A neutral meeting ground. That's what you all wanted.
Well, now we want something different. Valinor needs a line of defense in the future. An army placed here could keep the entire village safe. You know Valinor will be resettled in the future. Do you want them to sit there, ready for slaughtering? Look me in the eye and tell me your tavern is worth those lives.
I don't know. There must be a way to make this work.
We don't have the time to spare. We're about to go to war, if you didn't know. Decisions like this need to be made.
But
Hey, Seer, give us your input. Without an elder, you're in charge of Erin. This place still falls under Valinor's jurisdiction. Or do you not know the secret of Peregrino? Back when your elder formed a treaty with Mazael, it's not like they trusted each other immediately. Both sides were scared of walking into a trap. So, what was the best thing to do? Meet each other halfway. That's right. This place was built for secret rebellion meetings. But things are changing. Valinor deserves an army to protect it.
don't tell me you're considering this, Seer.
Think about it logically for a second. If this was a barracks, Valinor would be safe. We'd fight off the triumvirate forces for you. It may be too late now, but we can plan for the future. Damek is requesting this of Eren, but you can order it. He'll be expecting answers as soon as we arrive in Mazael.
He has a point, Seer. Technically, you're in charge of the entire nation. And if it sounds like I'm putting pressure on you, I am. We have a lot to do. We can't waste time over stupid fights. Help them resolve this so we can talk about important stuff.
There's no reason to turn this into a barracks, though. If you win this war, Alestia will be safe and peaceful. Damek is being hasty. He's not thinking straight. Seer, I beg of you, don't take my home away from me.
Whoa. You actually want my input on this? I guess it is my duty to assist you, but I'm surprised. I'm only supposed to guide you when it comes to visions. If I had to choose, I'd keep this place the way it is. After the war, Valinor and the rest of the world would be safe. Why would we train an army after we've taken down the triumvirate? If I were the Elder, I'd commit myself to maintaining our independence. That means living outside of conflict like we've been doing for millennia. Siding with the rebellion and putting an army here will tie us to future wars. Until today, even you were raised in an independent Valinor. I can understand a temporary alliance, but we should go back to normal. I honestly think it's kind of an insulting idea. We can take care of ourselves.
Look, I already told you to hurry up. There's no downside to placing an army here. Eren is just being whiny and resistant to change. You have the chance to prove yourself as a capable leader. Don't cave under his demands and give him what he wants. An effective leader does what's best for everybody. Think about Alestia when you make a choice, not Aaron. That advice will help you every time you need to make a decision. Catering to individual people is a great way to garner hate.
It's an interesting situation, to say the least. But that doesn't mean the right decision is hard to make. We should ally with the rebellion, then place an army here. If our elder had done that, then Valinor would be fine. In my opinion, we need to work toward a united Alestia. That would have saved us this time. It can save us in the future. Either way, I know you also need to choose a new elder. If you already have someone in mind, then try to cater to them. It's important that they're left with a nation they'll be proud to lead.
Serious? Come on! You can't just leave your village defenseless.
Now, Pro, you're the one that brought him into this. We need to take his word as law. That's how it works. Thank you so much, Seer. This calls for a celebration.
Just met, and you're already a thorn in my side. Oh well, I just hope you don't come to regret that choice. If you don't, then expect future generations to hate you. Ah well, I guess I should look on the bright side of things. At least they can have a drink while their village burns down again. Ulrich,
Pro?
I thought you might find yourself here. Domek must know about the new plans then.
He assumed you were slacking off. Now that I'm here, I guess it's half true.
Don't worry, I had it planned all along. You can doubt me, but everything worked out. Here we are, all together and ready to plan.
I need to get all of you back to Domek as fast as possible. We need to make some moves and plan our final attack. You'll be training under a pretty strict regimen. Damek wants you to master that blade as fast as you can. If you aren't already aware, a new spirit idol was found in Mazeo. Damek thinks we can use you and that blade to tap into its power. He thinks it will give us more of a chance to win this war.
Wait, a new spirit idol? I didn't know that could happen. I thought we had all of them mapped out for a long time.
I'll assume your studying abilities are limited in Valinor. But the occupation was just a cover for the Triumvirate's true goal. They were looking for this spirit idol, so they could destroy it.
Whoa, hold on. Why would they want to do that?
We don't know, but that's why Damek wants it first. There's a possibility that it poses a threat to their reign. Legend has it they destroyed Alarinthia's idol as well.
Wait, Alarinthia's idol was destroyed?
It was so long ago that they almost never had one. That's why it turned into the arid wasteland it's become. Kind of like how Valinor will freeze over, potentially.
So, Damek wants to use this new spirit idol for power. Isn't that risky? Does he even know what will happen?
Nope. This has never been done before. Unless, of course, we're talking about your friend here.
You mean he wants to use the power on people?
As far as I know, yeah. It could give our army just the push it needs. There's even a chance it could turn them into seers.
An army of seers. Do you realize how crazy that sounds? I can't believe Damek would want to do that.
Hey, I'm just theorizing. We have no idea what will actually happen. We just know one thing. The Triumvirate wants it destroyed.
And that means they don't want anyone else to have it. So there must be something we can use it for, right? We think that this is part of your destiny, Seer.
It's not a coincidence that all of this happened at once. We find the idol just as you realize your potential. Perhaps it's that potential we need to be using.
Basically, it's gonna happen like this. We'll get to Mazeo, and Damek will start your training. When you feel comfortable enough, we'll bring you to the idol. You'll use your power to tap into it and empower our army. Then, you'll help Damek lead our final assault on Balteus. We'll take down the Triumvirate in their own home.
Wow.
He really has it all planned out, huh?
Yeah, smooth sailing once we get to Mazeo. And I think it would be too dangerous to leave right now. It's almost nighttime. We should rest and leave in the morning.
I agree. I made good time on my journey over here. We'll still be on schedule even if we stop to rest. Spirits know I need it after the long trek I just took.
Resting does sound pretty good right now. It's been such a hectic day. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, and it'll give us time to discuss other matters. I'm down to rest, Ulrich. Just point us in the right direction.
Not so fast. Let's hang out for a bit first. It's still early enough that we can have plenty of fun. Go look around. I won't be too far behind, all right?
Oh, sure.
I'm gonna go grab a drink. Seer, when you're ready, take any room you want. We'll head to the Outlook at dawn and journey down to Mazeo.
Look, I'm sure you're processing a lot all at once, but you're not alone. We're about to go to war. I'm overwhelmed too, and so is Ulrich. He might not show it, but I'm sure he's scared. There's never been a battle like this before. All we can do is play with the hand we've been dealt. I'll see you around, all right? Watching everybody drink is making me thirsty. If you miss me, you'll know where to find me.
Wow, Ulrich, it's so big!
Yeah, I get compliments on it all the time.
Can I touch it?
Of course you can. Just be gentle, though.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Whoa, it's heavier than I thought.
You might want to use both hands. And tighten your grip a little bit.
Like this?
A little bit lower.
Oh, sure. How about now?
There you go, that's more like it. Now, swing that sword with all your might.
Yeah!
Whoa! Watch what you're doing! You could have killed me, kid!
I'm so sorry. I've never used a great sword before.
I feel like we should keep it that way. Hey. Absolutely. I'd recognize that thing anywhere. I'm surprised you have it out in the open like that. We went through such great lengths to hide it. About the Blade of Exodus? It's extraordinary. I have no idea where it came from or the full range of its power. It can repurpose life into an energy that serves the wielder. That gear at the base can spin, which should be impossible. It's almost like some parts of the blade exist in a different world. I'm starting to think that's the case. Where else would it store all that power? It's practically cheating. Whoever wields it has infinite power. I don't think of the triumvirate as gods. They were just abusing this weapon. Now that they don't have it, taking them down should be child's play. I have no idea, and I don't think we'll ever find out. It must tap into a person's spirit before it enters the spirit realm. That's the only non-physical part of us that could be considered energy. I'm assuming they've always had it. It's how they came to power. Some people seem to think they used the blade to create our entire world. Not many people know about it, though, and they see the triumvirate as gods. And they really aren't. They're just men who came upon a greater power. And now we have that greater power. We can rule Alestia far better than them. I think we should destroy that blade after we win. It's a tool of pure corruption. It wasn't too long ago, maybe half a year. The rebellion planned an attack. Our previous leader planned it down to even the smallest detail. Steal the blade, map out their castle, and pave way for our future liberation. I'll be honest, he knew he was going to die. He used his final moments to get the blade. Some people think it's a little fishy. How could we win so easily? Did they let us win? I don't think it's that deep. They just didn't expect our leader to effectively commit suicide. He already is, and I'm happy to serve him. Things are going swimmingly. It helps that he was one of the founding members of the rebellion, too. At that point, though, he was too young to lead. Things are different now. He's done a fine job of honoring our leader's legacy and guiding us to victory. He had to make a few hard decisions, but I trust his judgment without question. Everything is going according to plan. Our final assault is all we need. I was. Change the subject. I'm sure you won't. I don't think any of us will. The scope of his planning went farther than I could have imagined. Being the Elder of Valinor, he planned every aspect of your involvement. I guess breaking Valinor's non-partisan stance made perfect sense to him. Every little piece was in place. The liberation of Alestia was finally attainable. I just hope that you're everything you thought you'd be. Wielding that blade isn't easy. Wait, he used the Blade of Exodus on me? That's impossible. There's no way he'd be able to wield it. You're the only one. Even Domek nearly died the first time he touched it. I'm still surprised, though. He had a small vision when he did. Perhaps he has some spiritual energy inside of him. Either way, hopefully I went out in a blaze of glory. Yeah, that sounds like me. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm just thankful that this vision won't come to pass. I have a lot of life left in me. That makes me wonder, though. What was the purpose of seeing something like that? I can understand a vision of Valinor being attacked, but seeing me and watching me die? We've never even met. How is it possible to know what I look like and how I act? I know the spirits give visions of the future, but that's so specific, and it won't. Sylvie is an incredibly strong adversary, even without the blade. But if he's able to wield it, we better make sure it never enters his hands. His strength, coupled with that blade. I don't scare easily, but that's terrifying. There's no way he should be able to. I imagine even you're having trouble. It's not meant for just anybody to wield. You need an incredible spiritual connection. Domek might have a small one, but Sylvie? A man like that has no connection to the spirits. Hard to say. That depends on your ability to wield it. The Triumvirate had that blade for an eternity. You don't have that much time. Not to put too much pressure on your shoulders, it's just the truth. Yeah, but you also saw me die, right? These visions aren't as reliable as I've been led to believe. Rather than seeing the future, it's almost like it shows you what to avoid. Too bad we can't avoid what's coming to Valinor. When Domek touched the blade, he saw Valinor fall and the rebellion win. It seems like he's embracing what he saw. Good thing you're not, or else I'd be dead. You mean how do I feel without our most valuable assets? Pretty terrible. Without visions to guide us and the power of that blade, we'd be dead. There's no way we could take them down through conventional means. However, at the moment, everything is in our favor. Everything. We just need to be careful. Do not let the Triumvirate or Sylvie take that blade back. If we can do that, victory is as good as ours. A new future will rise to greet Alestia. Scary is an understatement, but I've never been more certain of our victory. Domek is pretty excited to meet you, actually. You're going to help us win this war. fully aware of that. It'll take some training to get used to it. When we get to Museo, Dominic will place you under a strict training regimen. You need to get as much practice as possible before we launch our attack. Of course, and I'm glad you look at it that way. Practice makes perfect. We can't expect you to use it immediately. Just do your best to be careful. You know what that thing is capable of. I'll pass, thanks. Dominic was able to use it only for a brief second. Any longer than that and he would have died. I think this one rests on your shoulders alone. And yet, here we are. Let's just go with the flow. No use fighting what's set in stone. Well, the rebellion was formed around 20 years ago. Survivors of the occupation banded together and sought justice. Adults trained orphaned children to create the perfect soldiers. A long time has passed, and now the children are old enough to fight. And they've been perfectly trained, almost their only purpose. Dominic was one of these children. The previous leader raised him as his own. Obviously, I'm a little older. I wasn't a victim of the occupation. When it happened, I was just arriving in Museo to sell my sword arm. I moved here from Alarinthia as soon as I had the chance. Imagine wanting to get a new start and arriving in the middle of a war zone. That's pretty much what happened. So, it was going well, but then I realized they were killing children. I turned on them as quickly as I joined them, fighting for Museo. I was one of the first rebels. Got to watch Dominic grow up firsthand. That's purely subjective, but I happen to think you're right. The Triumvirate needs to be taken down or held accountable for what they did. Leaders should never get a free pass to commit atrocities. Never. I'm sure there's been insurrections in the past. There must have been. But the thing about us is that we have the Blade of Exodus, our victory. He's a good man. I've watched him grow into a capable soldier. He always has this way of being happy no matter the odds. Even if we lost almost every rebel, he'd find a way to keep us going. Cracking a joke or two is always in his nature, even in grim circumstances. It can lighten the mood, that's for sure. Nothing is worse than low morale. That's probably what he's best at, keeping the soldiers happy and motivated. I feel the same way. I'm confident that he'll lead us to victory. Absolutely. Everybody lost something special that day. Families were torn apart. Many people lost the will to live. A lot of the children only wanted one thing: revenge. And a lot of the adults saw one thing: an army ripe for training. They banded together, and the rebellion slowly became what it is today. We are finally strong enough to do something, and that's special. Yeah, the bulk of the victims were children who lost their parents. Fast forward some 20-odd years and they're grown men and women. Nobody would send children to war. It was important to wait and train. Really? That's news to me. What a bad day to be in Museo. I guess it makes sense, though. You look like you carry purpose. You'll fit right in. I'm sure almost every rebel could relate. What else were we supposed to do? It's not like we forced them. They wanted to fight, to be trained, and we wanted an army. We were able to achieve unity and grow into the force we've become. Yeah, think about it for a moment. Without them, we'd stand no chance. Some people think their future was stolen, but if we win, we can get it back. No occupations, no families being torn apart. That's the true purpose of it all. He recently rose through the ranks and has given us tons of trouble. When the Triumvirate gets in our way, he's likely responsible. He makes himself a lot more known. Way different than the last Inquisitor. I haven't gotten to meet his apprentice yet. The Grand Inquisitor always has to train one. It ensures a constant cycle of obedience. Yeah, but as I said, I have no idea who it is. If Sophie is training him, though, I'd watch out. Seems like we'll be up against some tough opposition. Not that I'm aware of, and I highly doubt it. It's just them, the Inquisition and their honor guard. Seems simple enough, but taking them down will be anything but.